everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for May 4th. May the 4th be with you. It's a lot of days after that I'm filming this. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I put up a video, Where Has Carly Been? I wanted to do something like, where in the world is Carly Sandiego? But, you know, copyright infringement, so I couldn't. They wouldn't go after little old me, but you know. But in any case, let's get right to this. I took notes. I watched it the day. I've been keeping up with it day by day. So anything I wrote down here is the day of, and I haven't changed it since then. So if there's any like amazing predictions or anything, it's not like I put them in posthumously isn't the right word, but that's the word we're going to use, so let's get right to it. At the Quartermaines, Tracy announces she's leaving Port Charles. Oh, be still my beating heart. And she's saying goodbye. She's making a new life for herself somewhere, and Edward will bankroll her. And it's the sale of the painting is what will bankroll the trip. And Ned can't believe it. He can't believe after everything they've been through with this painting that she's going to sell it. The food is here. Much to Olivia's satisfaction. And Tracy steps out. It's pizza, Quartermaine tradition. Dylan seems a little miffed that she's leaving, and he doesn't want her to leave. And I can't blame him, to be quite honest with you. Hayden asks her plans. She's going to sell the painting and then explore her options from there. She doesn't have any definitive plans yet, and there's no way to talk her out of it. She doesn't want to leave her sons, but it's time for her to live her life like they've lived their lives. They want to visit wherever she lands, and like I'm literally gonna cry, which isn't good because I was sick at the time, but again, haven't changed these since then, which is, well, if you watch that video, but I was sick like this week, so anyway. So Tracy says Dylan is arguably the strongest Quartermaine because of his heart, and then I felt like we were going to go on like a Wizard of Oz journey, but we didn't. And Tracy tells Finn her outlook has changed because of him. He says they still have a round of backgammon, and she says, no, we did that last week, and you know that. He's going to miss her, and she's going to miss him, and I'm going to miss them, to be quite honest with you. Lulu says Tracy's her hero, and then she gets a call from Maxie. Tracy talks to Laura, tells her she has an amazing daughter, and Laura says that Tracy was a mother to her when she couldn't be, and she set an amazing example. And like, oh gosh, I miss those so much. And Laura enjoyed spending time in Turkey together, even says that they could have been friends in another lifetime, so in another life. Michael is on the phone. He's not doing business with a company with questionable ethics. He's out in the foyer. And then he says he'll think about it. And then Tracy comes to talk to him, and he says he was inspired by her, you know, to reach a compromise, and she has full faith that ELQ will do great under his leadership. With Ned's name change, he will be Edward Quartermaine. He will be the Edward Quartermaine under this roof. And Tracy tells Ned he's her rock, and always has been and always will be, and she loves him, and this is really hard for Ned, and it's even harder for all of us, to be quite honest with you. So Monica tells Tracy the car will be here for her soon, and the jet is ready. Monica doesn't know what she'll do without her. Tracy wound up being her sister somehow, and she doesn't hate her, she loves her. Gosh, I can't. I said be still my beating heart in like the other video, but like truer words have never been spoken. I speak in cliches now. It's kind of been May's thing. I'm thinking of like doing videos like what this month's thing was, because I seem to like do different things each month. It's weird. Anyway, so the driver's here. He's loading Tracy's luggage and the painting, and she gives some last advice. So Finn and Hayden taught her something important. They don't have unlimited time, so quit wasting it. She expects Dylan to invite her to a premiere sooner than later, and she wants ELQ to branch out and, you know, reach out to Michael to become a patron of, you know, Dylan's movie work. Like, and I think that's like a really great idea, actually. She tells Olivia she's grateful that she'll be taking care of Ned while she tries, when he tries to take care of everyone else. Monica, she's worried about the decorating ideas. Monica says she'll leave their house as Tracy left it. Their house. Their house. Possessive. Together. Their house. Did you catch that? Their house. That was way too close on the teeth. Now you can see how big my front teeth really are. But their house, their collective together, their house. Sorry, it's just, that's really significant. And Tracy leaves and comes back to hug Monica. And I'm like, oh, gosh, it hurts. It hurts. Anyway, so Nathan and Maxie's place. Nathan comes home to an empty apartment, and there were roses and a welcome home Maxie card, and it looked like it was going to be really nice, but there's no Maxie, so it won't be. And then Amy comes over, which is really weird and interesting, and I'm like, what is happening? So she gives Nathan a hard time about Maxie flaking on the nurse's ball, and Lucy is putting it all on her now to save the show, and she doesn't want to work behind the scenes. She wants to be on the stage, and he says that Maxie is in Portland and she'll be staying there for a bit, and then Amy calls Maxie a self-centered witch to Nathan, and he's like, what? And I'm like, have you no sense? Seriously. So Amy stops herself, because she has sense like 5 seconds after the fact. She says Maxie also backed out of the Port Charles High School reunion thing. And then she says Maxie was the reason that, you know, she didn't make the cheerleading squad back in high school. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we're going that far back. Okay. And Amy feels that it was because of her weight, which if it was, that would be really horrible. So Amy is comfortable in her skin, and she's not going to feel shamed for anything, and she shouldn't. And Nathan says that, you know, that was high school, and everyone knows people aren't their best. I wish I was the person I was now back in high school. Like, high school and and late teens, early 20s Carly, a little obnoxious. Little bit. Not in a mean way. Just, like, kind of in a over-the-top personality and kind of way. But anyway, Nathan says that, you know, modern Maxie is different and would feel really bad about what happened. And I truly and thoroughly believe that. Nathan also tells Amy how Maxie's staying in Portland, and, you know, is there going to be room for him in Maxie's life? And, you know, he's, like, kind of confiding in her a little bit, which I was, you know, it happens. Sometimes you just confide in someone. Amy's like strangely supportive, and he says, you know, they've overcome bigger obstacles than this, and, you know, Amy, thank you for helping. You really helped. And then Amy looks at a picture of Nathan and Maxie on the table, and I'm like, oh, what's she gonna do? Because I feel like I know what she's gonna do. What? 1 second. So at the divorce meeting, Carly takes her ring off, and her lawyer comes in, and it's Martina. Again, I think we all saw that coming from a mile away. But I was giving myself a little bit more of a pat on the back, saying I literally need to be a psychic. But again, I was on heavy medication when I was watching these. That's probably why the end scenes are not at the end. I forget that I was on heavy medication when I was writing all this. So Diane hoped to avoid a lengthy arbitration, and she still hopes to, but I feel like she has less hope. So the trusts will remain untouched. Then Diane lists off all the major holdings. Martina says that he signed those off to Carly months ago. Diane says since they're technically married, they'd be equal. But Martina brings up the illegitimate assets, and if he brings this before a judge, she'll bring them up. And Sonny says they're legit, so do your worst. And meanwhile, in the back of his head, he's like, ugh. So Martina really pushes on the profits of the casino and how low they are, which is weird for a casino, but he lives such a lavish lifestyle, and not reporting income is a felony. So Carly tells Martina she doesn't want to bring the offshore holdings into this. Sonny asks Carly not to do this at all, and Carly says, you know, he did this, and he has to pay the consequences, which I don't totally disagree with. So Sonny wants to compromise. Now you want to compromise. Okay. Take out of the marriage what they brought in. She can keep what they got jointly, even. Like, he'll give that to her. But Carly's like, see you in court. So Diane is going to head out to get her stuff in order. This leaves Sonny and Martina alone in the room. Sonny thinks Martina's playing a game. Right, because this is on her. Totally. Yeah, she sought you out, even though you're the one who came to the haunted It can't. So Martina says that this is a coincidence. She is just as shocked as he is. He thinks there's like a violation here, you think? And he wants to come clean, and Martina's like, no, 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 no. So Diane approaches Carly as a friend. She brings up when they had Morgan committed, and, you know, Carly and Sonny need each other, and maybe this is what they need to do to process the grief. But does this surprise Carly at all? Like, that he's going to put up a fight in all of this, or that even that he's pushing back against her pushing. Like, it shouldn't surprise her. At the art appraiser, the buyer will buy the TRACY painting for $60 million U.S. money. No, again, heavy medication. So all she has to do is sign the papers. She signs. She's not reluctant to part with the piece, and he'll give her a moment to say goodbye to it. She talks to the painting. She doesn't know who the woman was or what she did. She knows she's going to live life on her terms. The transaction went through. She asks if there's a coffee shop nearby. I feel like this art appraiser's in Amsterdam a little bit. Flashbacks with Tracy and Ned and Monica and Luke. Lots of Luke. Their real wedding. Just all the feels. The nurse's ball. Dylan. Ooh, what happened? I lost my spot. The nurse's ball. Dylan, Tracy's hair changes so much throughout the years, by the way. I didn't realize. Like, I did, but then, like, seeing it all in succession, I'm like, ooh. When she was sick, Tracy will... Oh, and now we will go to the end scene. There. Amy's going to figure out how to make the nurse's ball bigger and better, and Nathan says that he'll help. Amy stole the picture of Nathan and Maxie, and then rips it and crumples the Maxie side. Okay, that's totally normal. Diane doesn't want Carly to lash out at Sonny just because he lashed out at her. For the mutual party's sake, aka the kids, and Diane, like, you know, the adults too. So Carly asks if she said this to Sonny, and she says no, he's not reasonable. She wants Carly to be the bigger person, but Carly won't do it. Carly's sick of being the bigger person, and a part of me doesn't blame her, to be quite honest with you. Diane says, you know, she has to carry out Sonny's wishes, and she's sorry for what that'll mean for her, and she regrets what it means, and she thinks she and Sonny will regret it too. Martina says that she can be disbarred, and they won't believe it was a coincidence. She won't let that happen. You know, she won't let Carly, this whole situation, ruin her career. And if she leaves, Carly will find another shark and use their tryst against him. So she tells him that nothing good will come of speaking the truth of their chance encounter. And then Carly comes in, and Martina will walk Carly to her car. The Quartermains start cleaning up the party. Ned's really hurting. Olivia's thinking of changing her last name when they get married, and she wants to be part of the heart of Port Charles. And finally, Tracy does find a coffee shop in what I believe is Amsterdam, and Luke is sitting at the table, and they weren't, I think, it wasn't planned or anything, well, obviously, and so I'm sure they'll go on lots of adventures together, and I'm not crying, you're crying. So that was May the 4th be with you. So thank you so much for, oh, maybe they'll go to a galaxy far, far away. Hey! Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another 2 seconds for more Drama Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!